Hi. Good to see you again. It's been too long, always. I wish I could upload more, but hey, I'm uploading now, right? So in this one, erasers. I know it seems kind of silly to make a video on, simple erasers, but they're your tools, right? They're your tools for making your drawings just that much better. You think of your tools for drawing as an investment, right? Because when you make an investment, you're hoping to get a substantial return on the money that you've put in to whatever it is. So in this case, your erasers are there to help you. They're there to allow you to retrieve high values and render your drawing to the aesthetic that you want. In this video, I'm going to be explaining my top 4 personal erasers that I use in my drawings, in my step-by-step tutorials, and I'm going to explain the rhymes and the reason as to why I like them and why they might work for you. So if you don't have these erasers, I'll have links to where you can get them in the description of this video. Enough said, let's dive into it, and I hope it helps. So let's go. Okay, so first up is my favorite Mono Zero eraser from Tombow. Now this eraser is modeled after a mechanical pencil, as you can see. You just press the top and it spits out the eraser head. One of the things that I like about the Mono Zero eraser is that when you hold it, it very much holds like a pencil. And because of that, you get a lot of control. But check this out. So the cool thing that I love about the Mono Zero eraser is you can actually get these refills. And they're just little capsules. Just pop the end off here. When you run out of your current eraser, you can pull this out, and this is about how long they are, and then you just decompress this and pull this out. Your old eraser, grab your new eraser, and just load it up. Push it all the way in, and you're off. So it's very much like a mechanical pencil, and that's what the Mono Zero eraser reminds me the most of. So man, then you just take your old stuff and put it back in the tube and recycle it. But yeah, if you don't have one of these, definitely get it. The Mono Zero eraser is an absolute must. It's my go-to. All right, next up is the Ohuhu battery operated eraser. The cool thing about these battery operated erasers is they basically come with 2 batteries, a couple AAAs, and you snap these bad guys in here, and then it's got a little power button on the top here, so you just hold it like a pencil, and you just press the button down and the head spins just like that. It's kind of bulky, but it's very powerful and allows you to move very quickly. So definitely get one of these. But yeah, I use this on every single drawing. But oh yeah, check this out. So here is what a stock eraser tip looks like. It's just an elongated cylinder. And then the cool thing is you can grab this and you can decompress this and pull this out. And see, it's just like a little clip. A little spring clip here. Then you can pull out the old eraser as it gets worn down, and you slide in the new eraser tip, pinch it, slide it in, make sure it's seated in there real nice, and then just press the power button and you're off. Just like that. Yes, the Ohuhu, and there's multiple brands that make these, but and then check this out. See what I did is I took a razor and I just sharpened the edge off. So that way you can have a single point, which gives you a little bit more control, or you can just run the stock tip. It's really up to you. All right, and then the Pentel Click eraser. These are like what you had in your binder in like 2nd and 3rd grade, right? But the thing that I love about these is you have a very, very big surface area for your tip. So these are perfect for just erasing, big mistakes or resets on your outlines and stuff like that. So if you don't have one of these, definitely get them. When you order them, they come in boxes of a dozen or so. So definitely get those. And then, last but certainly not least, is the old school kneaded eraser. Like I said, I only use this as needed, but I haven't used it too much in my tutorials, but there are definitely more to come, so I'll be breaking that down. Now, these are the 4 must-have erasers, but check this out. I'm going to be showing you in demo what exactly how these guys work. So let's do it. Woo. All right, cool. So as you can see, I have some low values for each eraser, and the first up is going to be the Mono Zero eraser. Now, as I've said in previous videos, the Mono Zero eraser, because you hold it like a pencil, you have the most control, because not only can you hold it like a pencil, but then if you look at it and compare it to the Ohuhu and the Pentel Click eraser and even the kneaded eraser, it has the smallest tip. So that means for you as the artist, you have the most control. You see the kind of effects here that we're getting? What we're doing here is we're retrieving these high values. So basically what it is, especially when it comes to 3-layered method, which is the method that I teach, you lay down charcoal first and then you retrieve those high values. And here's a little trick. If you get a lot of gunk built up, you can take a razor and just press down. Be careful and just cut it at an angle. And then check this out. See if you can see that. Now I have a really, really nice eraser tip. And you can do short strikes, you can do long strikes, you can go back and forth if you want. There's lots of different things that you can do with the Mono Zero eraser. This eraser, honestly, is perfect for hair texture. So the last step-by-step drawing tutorial that I just came out with was on how to draw a puppy, and I used this specific eraser the most. Out of all of my erasers that I have in my drawing kit, my Mono Zero eraser was my go-to eraser, trusty sidekick. So if you don't have one of those, definitely get one. And I'm gonna have links to all of these erasers in the description of this video for you guys too. So if you're curious, you can pick some up for yourself. Okay, so the Ohuhu, check this out. So the cool thing about the Ohuhu that I love is because it's battery operated, it basically does all of the work for you. Now, albeit it does take some getting used to, right? Because it's battery operated, if you're not careful, it can kind of skip across the paper and kind of run away from you. So, but just like anything, it takes practice, right? You just have to use it, and you will get better. But notice all of the different things that you can do with this specific eraser. You can do lines, you can retrieve dots, you can do different textures. If you really need to go into a specific area, you can. Now check this out. I'm gonna pop this out, and just like I did before, only this time, I'm gonna swap out the stock cylinder tip with my custom tip, where I basically took a razor, that same razor that you saw me trim the Mono Zero eraser with, and I'm just gonna load this back in. And now check this out, I have a much smaller tip. And what a smaller tip gives us is, again, more control. So much like with the Mono Zero eraser, now that I have a finer tip on the end of this Ohuhu, I have essentially, upgraded it. I have the power of the batteries, and I have the control of a pointed tip. So this eraser is perfect for doing texture on, like, say, dog noses, for example. See, like this, you just do these little dots, you just kind of skip across the paper, a little here, a little there, light pressure control. And see that? Look how quickly I'm able to move. This is all real time here. See that? I'm able to move very, very quickly. Just like this here. You literally just touch the paper, just barely touch it, and because those batteries are powering that spinner, you're off to the races, man. You're retrieving high values and you're doing it super quick. All right, now the Pentel Click Eraser, check this out. This is why I love this specific eraser, is look at the surface area of this tip. This has the biggest tip of any of these erasers. So say, for example, if I had an outline that I kind of messed up on, watch this. See that? See how much graphite and outline I'm able to remove and how quickly I'm able to do it? You would be spending twice as long if you tried to do that with the Mono Zero eraser. Not that you can't, but a lot of times I'm all about efficiency. So the quicker that I can do something while not having to sacrifice on quality, that's my game. And then here, also, I know I don't do this much in my tutorials, but I just wanted to show you that it is possible and the full capabilities of this specific eraser. But see this? See how you can just retrieve high values? And that's the big thing, is because it has the most surface area out of these four, you're able to move like this. And albeit the kneaded eraser probably has a little bit more depending on how you use it, but we're not worrying about specific details. But yes, definitely get a Pentel Click Eraser or order a set of them, because you will go through them a lot. Okay. Last but certainly not least is our kneaded eraser. Now here, what you can do, or what I do, is I always rip my eraser apart, and then you can kind of fold it and mold it into whatever you really want. I always kind of go like this. And see how that kind of gives me kind of a tip that I can work with. And the biggest thing that you'll notice when it comes to the kneaded eraser is, it gives you high value retrieval, but it almost gives you this very smooth, almost like you're retrieving high values with a sense of gradation. Now you guys know that for me, the tool that I like to use for my gradation effects in my drawings are brushes. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. But if you like the way the kneaded eraser, just watch this. See that? If you like how it not only gives you that high value when you retrieve it, but how it almost has that smooth, soft gradation effect, then yeah, definitely pick one up. You can get kneaded erasers in pretty much any art kit, especially charcoal art kits. But then if you want to just rip it in half and you want to like kind of dab the paper like this, you can get a little different texture. It really just depends on what it is that you are drawing. And you just kind of roll it around just like that. That's pretty much it. Those are the different effects that you can get, and that is essentially how you use each one of these erasers. But when it comes to my favorite from left to right, my Mono Zero eraser, my Huhu, my Pentel Click, and then my kneaded, that's how I would personally rank them, but that's just me. Every artist is different, but that's pretty much my 2 cents on the top 4 must-have erasers. I hope you enjoyed this video, and good luck in your future drawings.